I'm Eric Sario. I'm a Save the Children Senior Health System Strengthening Advisor, I think. As of 3 years ago, we thought 90 people were going to come, so we expanded the size of the room and everything, and maybe they'll trickle in little by little, but congratulations to you guys who are on time. You'll get the best part of it. So this is a DC Health Systems Board and Save the Children organized the event, and so it's kind of been fun to work with our colleagues Sarah Bennett and Daniela Rodriguez from the DC Health Systems Board. It's fun to kick things off for 2017. We have a great panel of speakers today, so I'll introduce them in a minute, but just to give you a bit the run of the show. We're going to start with a little video to it's a 4-minute video that sets the stage, kind of gives us a flavor of some social accountability related work in the field in Malawi, the work of the SSDI project. And that'll kind of just give us a little bit of a flavor of some of what people try to do when they talk about social accountability. And then basically, if you've seen the programs, we're going to go through a series of 4 presentations that are going to take us from social accountability for health system strengthening to looking more broadly across development sectors and the SDGs. And so I think what we'll do is I'm going to introduce our speakers now, so you know who they are. Then we'll have the video, and then we'll get started with the first speaker, Jonathan. So Jonathan Fox will be our first speaker, and Jonathan is a professor of development, can't read with the glasses, development studies at the School of International Services at the American University. And he works on the relationship between citizen participation, transparency, accountability, both from scholarly and practitioner perspectives. He's done a lot of work in rural Mexico, and he's worked with different communities of practice, including the Global Partnership for Social Accountability, the Transparency and Accountability Initiative, and the Open Government Partnership. And so looks at dialogue with a wide range of public interest groups, grassroots organizations, development agencies, private foundations, government policymakers, and he's launched very recently an action research incubator, so to speak, at the SIS, which is called the Accountability Research Center. And this discussion kind of started actually, for those of you who know me, I used to be with some colleagues here at the MCSB project, and we started a discussion with Jonathan as part of reflections about how to bring some thinking about social accountability in community health. At that time, Jonathan had done a very interesting review of the evidence, and we had a great conversation. So when I jumped over here, we thought, well, social accountability, it's one of these pieces that tries to create the system, to provide the feedback, to kind of connect different parts. So let's continue the discussion, and here we are. So it's great, and to have Jonathan help us frame the discussion and speak about his new initiatives. Then we have the privilege of having Dr. Abhijit Das, and I was saying before when we were chatting, for once we have the perfect ratio of doctors to non-doctors. We've got 25% doctors. It should never be more when you talk about systems issues, because otherwise you get stuck with, but Abhijit presents the perfect balance, and he's currently he's director of so many things I had trouble keeping up, but he's mostly director of the Center for Health and Social Justice in India, and clinical assistant and assistant professor of the Department of Global Health at the University of Washington, Seattle. And Abhijit is trained in obstetrics, pediatrics, and public health, and he's got 30 years experience in grassroots work, training, research, and policy advocacy in the fields of reproductive health, health governance, and working with men on violence and gender justice. So he's the convener of COPASA. I think that's one of the main reasons I think why Abhijit is kind of famous in our field, and a global health rights and social accountability network. He's co-chair of the Men Engage Global Alliance, a network of organizations working with men and boys on gender equality. And he has been associated as an advisor with various policy-making bodies in India, including the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the National Human Rights Commission, the Planning Commission, as well as UN Women. So it's a great opportunity that Abhijit is in DC, and that really kind of is a great opportunity. And then recently, I've gotten to know Anna Verteber. Oh, I'm going in the order you're here. But in the order of speech, we'll have, so I'll skip you, Anna, I'll come back to you. We have Marie-France Guimont. She works with RRC, who's a sister organization of Save the Children. And Marie-France is a research systems advisor at the RRC. She has 10 years experience in monitoring, evaluation, and research in fragile and conflict area context. She provides technical support to impact evaluations of RRC's protection and governance programming in partnership with academic institutions. And it's great to have Marie-France here. RRC has really invested in building its research capability, and it's kind of been fun seeing that emerge and what comes out of it. So it's great to have you here, Marie-France. And so we'll start with Jonathan setting the stage, and then Abhijit and Marie-France's presentation, as you've seen in the program, are kind of more health systems oriented, you know, and then we'll conclude the presentation with Anna Verteber. And Anna recently released kind of a substantial piece of work, a book which compiles a number of case studies and analysis about what social accountability can achieve, not just in the health sector, but across the development field. And Anna is a senior social scientist in the Research Triangle Institute, International Development Group. She's worked on research and operations in international development for over 20 years, with a focus on governance and policy analysis in Indonesia. Her current research interests include state, society relations, subnational governance, and responsive delivery of basic services. And Dr. Verteber has her PhD in sociology from the University of California, Berkeley, and her MA in international development policy from Stanford University. So we do have quite an impressive panel. So, you know, Jonathan will set the stage in a minute, but we're just going to take 4.5 minutes to kind of get the flavor a little bit for social accountability in the field. And that's the missing speaker of this panel was Helen Wally, who you'll see on the video. And she's actually left us recently to join another exciting program with MSH. So this panel is as incestuous as it should be. So Megan, if we can have the video, please. Thank you.